Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're doing alright. Welcome to my Diablo 2 Resurrected Barbarian. You're here. I have an insane weapon equipped. It's pretty infamous in D2. A lot of people know the rune bird, but they rarely play it on a character. It's called like this. It's called Breath of the Dying. It's fairly cheap. It costs Vex, Hell, L, Eld, Zot, and Et. So that's like 1.5 around, carefully estimating this, around 1.5 high runes. Like Zot rune is the highest rune in the high rune table, but it's worthless practically. It's worth around 1 high rune usually, and Vex is 0.5. So it's a fairly cheap rune word. The base, I have it in a Colossus Blade, because it's a frenzy barb. It highly depends on what build or what class in that regard. I have a different one, for example, but that's for a Fury Druid, and then it's in a two-hander. I have it in a Great Poleaxe. The rolls can be insane on this rune bird. It varies a lot. Like the enhanced damage has quite a range. This is a low roll. The mana stolen per hit, 15%. I think that's the max. 30 to all attributes is massive for the barb. That's strength, meaning damage, attack rating, dexterity, and a chunk of HP. So absolutely insane rune. Actually, yeah, it hits like a truck since it gives indestructible. I can make it in an ethereal base, right? And yeah, let's check out the damage, man. The real crispy damage. I think getting the base, like I can trade. I just trade for a base, but I think finding the base is actually a little bit more difficult than finding a Zot. Like what? I have close to 7,000 hours on this account. I never found a good base like this. Never. Maybe a plain one here and there. Or let's say a ethereal Berserker X or something. I never found it. I have no idea. This shit's so rare. So I usually just trade for it. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I should change my mercenary back to the Act 1 merc. What's it called? Faith Bow? Yeah, Faith Bow for massive fanaticism aura. Because this is a little bit slower than a Phase Blade, of course. It's also the reason why I have it in the Colossus Blade. So maybe for 1 second, the difference between Colossus Blade and Colossus Sword. Because I remember back in the day, I did the mistake. I made my death in a Colossus Blade, which is the wrong base, right? Yeah, it worked too. But, you know, we want the highest top hit damage possible, of course. It would be absolute fail. So yeah, you have Blade and Sword. So they look similar, but not quite the same. And the maximum sockets on the sword is 5. So it's also impossible to make Breath of the Dying in the Colossus Sword. And the sword is slow, but high damage. And the blade is fast, but a little bit lower damage. And the maximum sockets is 6. So finding a plain one, talking to Larzuk, and there's potentially a Breath of the Dying base. I think that's how I did it. Well, it's so long ago, I don't remember, but I most definitely the base is not self-found. That's what I know. My remaining gear, G-Phase, I think it looks better than the Ariad's helm. High Lords, a Fortitude right now. This might as well be a Enigma. Laying of Hands for the damage to demons roll. They are so... How are they not rare, these gloves? You know what I mean? Like, let's say Farming Travinka, I find them every other run. Like the best gloves in the game, basically. Melee gloves. They have a Ravenfrost here, of course. Or mainly they cannot be frozen. Does this gift cannot be frozen as well? No. Wouldn't be a surprise. The rumors are crazy in D2. Verdungo right now. I like this build more and more on the Barb. Usually I have a string of ears or T-gods. If I do leech ring in the future, this will be a Manite because of the 10 extra run block. Make this build a little bit more zoomy, will be fun. Raw Rider boots. For all these massive stats here, for the offensive stats. Yeah, it's just fun to walk around with this rune word. Let's test it in Chaos. Chaos is always like the best spot and my favorite area for the Velvet Barb. I could farm Chaos forever. If Diablo 2 Resurrected would be only Chaos runs, I would be fine with it. No joke. But I heard, ooh, absolute nightmare fuel. I heard, I'm on EU, but I heard on NA, they walked the Chaos run the counterclock direction. What? This apparently is supposed to be fixed next season. I'm not 100% sure. But they mentioned something with the leap. So on EU, it's an unspoken rule or a law. And then we go like left around, right? And the Americans, they go a right around. Oh, how can you do that, man? That's so wrong. It would feel so wrong playing this. It's almost as bad as if I put like my shield in the main hand, right? And have my grief in the offhand. It's like the same level. Yeah, the Poison Nova proc is hella fun, man. It's like a little bit, it's like a kill confirmed. It's like a kill confirmed animation. It's a 50% chance. Damage is like non-existent, but it's just for looks. It's a 50% chance to cast a level 20 Nova when you kill an enemy, which is really, really cool. What I don't like much is, like my Merc, I have this Act 5 Merc. He's wearing a Last Wish, Lake, Fortitude, and Arias right now. And he's a Frenzy Barb, man. He's supposed to, he can only equip one-hand swords. So I can't, let's say, nice would be to have a Last Wish on my own. But he cannot wear this two-hander. What a bummer. That would be crazy, bro. Then they would be really more broken than already. If they could equip two-hand weapons. Well, they should be able to equip everything a Frenzy Barb can. Yeah, also this Amp proc throwing axe. I always forgot the name of this. Everybody knows the Amp proc throwing axe. Imagine you can equip him something like this, right? Yeah, only one-hand swords. It's just fun. It looks cool to have two ethereal two-hand swords, like Highlander type stuff. But yeah, the attack speed is a little bit... it's the fastest frame still for Whirlwind, I think. Looks insane with these two weapons, eh? Yes, it does. But it's about this initial first few hits of Frenzy. So, previously with this very setup, with this little bit slower setup, I had the Act 1 Merc with Fate Bow. I absolutely should go back to this. I can keep the Cleansing Aura, even though it will be only a level 1. But I can give this Act 1 Merc a Cure Helm, no problem. And then I will equip the Last Wish myself. And I have it a little bit better. So I have the Fanaticism Aura on top. The best would be the Act 2 Merc with Pride. But yeah, like technically speaking, I'm missing one aura right now. I could have one more aura. It's either Fanaticism from the Act 1 Merc. Damn. Damn, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, it's either fanaticism or concentration. But the fact is, I'm missing one aura right now. But no big deal. Just wanted to test my breath of the dying here after a while. Worth it only running a two-hander? Ah. It's for style points mainly, like Colossus Sword, Colossus Blade. I think some people have it in... Can you make this in an X? So I would use Berserker Axes. They have like they have better range. It's not like half a screen type range, right? For the people who don't know, but it's like one thingy different and useful in PvP. That's why you see when people are doing PvP on their barb, they have Berserker Axes. In PvM, it doesn't matter. Monsters are always approaching me. In PvP, people would run away. And that's where it comes in handy to have like a little bit more range for this whirlwind. But I'm not certified at all to speak about PvP in Diablo 2. I never do it. I also don't have a chance. There's a lot of like RMT and so on. People have like absolute perfect gear. You cannot. There's nothing to do it. You are good or bad at the game. It's just a numbers game. Like all these stats get summarized to a value, right? If the other person has like a way higher value than you will get clapped. That's just how it goes. Yeah. Some people love PvP here. I think it's turbo cringe. I love PvP in general, right? I was ranked 12 in World of Warcraft. Whatever. I played everything. I played everything that has PvP, trust me. But yeah, in D2 not so much. In D2 not so much. Let's go. Yeah, it takes significantly longer to get those frenzy stacks. But only because I don't have the fanaticism aura. I really need this Act 1 merc again. Double key drop, ink. It can drop up to 3 keys at once. But that's near impossible on players 1 to get 3. Or you get nothing. Approximately, I think according to official statistics, approximately 1 in 11th runs you should see a key drop. And vary here and there. Sometimes I'm super lucky, I kill 10, I have 9 keys. That happened before. I also farmed this for a live stream. Hey, today I'm farming 8 hours Niedertag just for fun, see what happens. I got 1 key. 8 hours farming Niedertag like a bot program. And I got 1 key? What? Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. The RNG is insane in D2. So yeah, you have your drop rates, and hey, in theory, you should get 1 every 10 runs. Well, that's not how that works. I also don't even exactly want to know how it works in the background. I know a lot of people are very into this, and that's fine, of course, like everyone has different interests, but I don't want to know the drop rates. I would straight up deinstall this game if I would know the drop rates on players 1, you know what I mean? I don't want to know how rare it is to find the bear. I really don't. Maybe the skill tree real quick for the people who are interested. So it's a Bladestorm Barbarian, and it's just this insane shredder. But the attack speed is a little bit off now, as I mentioned before. Just need a different merc. But I really feel that when playing the build. There are 20 whirlwinds, and this has no synergies. Can do whatever I want basically, but I pair it with Frenzy. So Whirlwind Barb is its own build, and Frenzy Barb is its own build. And usually that's what I did. It was either or. But why not combine both? Like, why not? It makes only sense, especially now that you can, like, now it's not that important anymore because I have good gear and I have attack speed. I have attack speed frames. But at the very beginning, say it's a naked character with no attack speed, no good weapon type for attack speed. And you can combine the attack speed from Frenzy with Whirlwind. And in LOD, not possible. D2R, yes, possible. So changes like this. Yeah, that's why I'm playing this hybrid build. Why have a Frenzy and a Whirlwind Barb separately when I can do this now, right? 1 point in Berserk, because the ability is just insane. What else? Yeah, because it's Blades, of course, Blade Mastery. And generally speaking about the Barb, there's always like, I feel like there's always 20 points wiggle room. So it would be even viable to have a second weapon. If someone wanted that for style points or for whatever reason, I think that would be okay. I have 1 point into those, 1 point Iron Skin, and 1 to X points into Natural Resistance. Right now, it just depends on my level. The more I level up, the more I will put points into this. War Cries. I have 20 in battle order. The BO, how they call it, right? When you do public bail runs, Barb, boo, Barb. That's what they mean. They want their buff. You have one job to buff up 1 point battle command, because that's the plus skill shout. Sadly, always only 1 point. We don't get more points maxing this. It's a little bit strange. I have 1 point in battle cry and taunt and these things. The damage multiplier. On players 1, no need. But on players 8, there are these multipliers, right? Look at this. Enemy deals less damage. Enemy has less defense, which is a damage multiplier. Then another one would be Grimboard. Minions take 25% more damage. They are slowed down by 41%. And it's pretty insane. If you actively use it, I have it as a keybind. But it's more players 8 genetic. Or to be specific, players 8 heralds. Because a regular players 8, no problem. No problem. Players 8 Trev or whatever. But at the moment it's terrorized. The regular monsters also still no problem, but the heralds themselves. Then I really have to use every sleeve, every card in my sleeve I have in order to try, but it's crazy. Players 8 heralds are really insane for a melee. Feel free to let me know how you are farming those on a melee barb. Don't tell me I'm using a Mosaic Assassin. Duh. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the skill tree. Merc is scuffed, as I said. Should be a 1 Merc with Fate Bow. Yeah, there it is. The level is 16 Fanaticism Aura then. Not sure about the attack speed and how much percent it gives, but it's also not only attack speed, it's also flat damage. So really good stuff. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking about this. I think Breath of the Dying is one of the most nice rune words you can equip on your Barbarian. Just a monster of a weapon. 6 sockets. But it's fairly cheap. Fairly cheap. It's just a Zot and a Vex. But that's also the value of like 1 low, around 1 low. So you could make a Grief, right? Yeah, it's decisions over decisions. Could someone equip a Grief and Breath of the Dying? Maybe, but that's then in Berserker X. That's then in Berserker X's, right? That's why I like the Barb so much. Usually, like, you don't have much choice about the items in D2, right? Let's say you play a Sorg. Yeah, okay, cool. You have Oculus, or you have a Hot of. But a Barbarian, since he can equip 2 weapons and 2 two-hand weapons, of course, it's like a billion possibilities, right? Like, what's the best and what's the best combo then? Yeah, dual Grief probably. Grief Last Wish is insane. Breath of the Dying Last Wish is insane, but I don't like the looks of it because it's two different swords. It triggers me too much, man. Not gonna lie. But yeah, there are some good combos. But at the end of the day, you probably want to Grief. Yeah. At the end of the day, it will probably end up with 2 Grief every time. But when you have a Barb, or when you have like just chars where you can farm well and you have currency laying around. Like, I would not put all my eggs in one basket and be like a dedicated Breath of the Dying bar, but at a certain point, you can afford rolling rune birds just for fun. And that's absolutely one I would try. Thanks for watching and have a nice day, guys. Later.